This is Crumbs of Truth. I'm Ariana. I raise babies, bake sourdough, read scripture, and somewhere between laundry and late night study, I started to see some patterns. Ancient tech and holy texts, the same symbols in temples and Target aisles, history that doesn't line up, but somehow always points back to God. I'm not here to convince you, I'm here to wonder out loud. So if this stirs something in you, subscribe. You're probably supposed to be here. I was in the kitchen the other day, measuring flour, warming butter, and I kept thinking about something in Genesis that never sat right with me. It's the moment when Cain kills Abel. God tells him he'll be a wanderer, and Cain says, "Anyone who finds me will kill me." Genesis 4:14, NLT. You have banished me, and anyone who finds me will kill me. But wait, who is he talking about? If Adam and Eve were the first people and Cain and Abel were the only kids at the time, then who is Cain afraid of? Who are those others? It's one of those lines that slip by unless you're paying attention, reading the Bible, and truly studying it. Genesis 5 tells us Adam had other sons and daughters, but Cain's fears come before any of them are named. So was there already a population of people living outside the garden? And if so, who created them? Some believe Adam and Eve were the only humans created by God, but others think maybe Adam wasn't the first human. Maybe he was the first chosen one, the first in covenant, the first man given a soul or a divine assignment. What if the Garden of Eden wasn't the beginning of humanity, but the beginning of relationship? Let's go deeper. Genesis 1 talks about mankind being made, both male and female, in God's image. But Genesis 2 zooms in, tells the story of one man, Adam, and a garden prepared just for him. Could this be retelling, a spiritual focus, a spotlight on a specific bloodline meant to carry out something bigger? So God created human beings in his own image. Male and female, he created them. This happened before Adam is even formed from the dust in Genesis 2. So who are those people? It gets even stranger. Cain leaves and settles in a place called Nod. There, he gets married and has a child. But where did his wife come from? If he's one of 4 people on the planet, where did she come from? So Cain left the Lord's presence and settled in the land of Nod. Then Cain's wife became pregnant and gave birth to Enoch. Again, are there people, communities, marriages, cities outside the garden? Some people think it's dangerous to ask these kinds of questions. But I believe the Bible invites us to think, to dig, to search for crumbs of truth that God scattered for the hungry. Maybe Adam and Eve were the first to walk with God in intimacy, but not the first to breathe air. Maybe Cain feared others because humanity was already multiplying. Just not inside the garden. Maybe Genesis isn't a play-by-play manual, but a layered revelation. What if we've been reading a narrow view of wide story? What if Cain wasn't crazy but cautious? What if Eden was a beginning but not the beginning? I'm not here to rewrite the word. I'm here to read it slowly, to sit with tension, to bake cookies and follow the crumbs. If that stirs something in you, subscribe.